Ready for another lesson? Red flags. Why you should always pay attention to them. Red flags are always prevalent in every relationship, whether down to the most minuscule relationship, like everyday people, all the way up to the high profile individuals like actors, politicians, all those stuff. Red flags are always there. It would behoove you not to ignore them. If you ignore the red flags, then you can get broken. Now, through the media, we see in that our friend Will Smith is being dragged through the mud by his wife. Now, this is partially his fault, but that's neither here nor there. So the question is, did these red flags just pop up? No, these red flags been there for years. These red flags been there from since back in the early days. Red flags been popping up, red flags been showing more than the yellow flags at football games. But yet you continue to move ahead, when the red flags keep showing themselves. If after the second time somebody show you a red flag, that's who they are. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't escape it. So if you continue to endure those red flags, honestly, they're just gonna get worse and worse as time passes. It's like a dog. As the saying go, if you give a dog a bad name, it's gonna respond in kind. Okay, you go to the zoo. Say you go to the zoo, right? And they have the signs that said, do not try to pet the animals. But inevitably, somebody always tried to pet the animal. Now what happened? The animal ripped the arm off or something. And then they want to blame the animal. The animal only doing what it's supposed to do, defend its territory. And you come along and think that it's funny to antagonize the animal. And the animal react to protect itself. Then the perpetrator want to act and pretend like they didn't do anything wrong. And in most cases, the zoo gonna put the animal down, which is sad because the animal didn't act to be put down. The animal was just defending its territory. It's the same thing with individuals. Red flags are there for a reason and they're not there for you to ignore. Red flags are protection signs for you to remember not to ignore. If you ignore those signs, you're gonna fall into the pothole and you're gonna be sucked into the abyss. So if a red flag pop up, don't ignore it. If it's a new relationship, get away as fast as possible. If it's an old relationship or it's done too late, it's not, let me rephrase that, it's not too late. It's never too late to get away from the bullshit. You've been taught.